Two things immediately come to mind with new stackers and problems that they encounter when beginning to save wealth in precious metals. Number one, new stackers don't know what to buy or who to buy from, and may not even be sure for what purpose they are buying. Number two, new stackers overstack. That is, they buy a lot of precious metals when they start stacking in the beginning, so much, which often results in a lot of stress, pretty early buyer fatigue, and obviously the risk of selling your precious metals at a loss. In today's video, I'm going to share habits that I adopted to build a valuable stack over time. I did so without breaking my budget, without stressing myself out, and I never gave up. So if you'd like to learn those tips, stay tuned. At the end of this video, you're going to learn to establish a budget, prioritize and keep your buying schedule simple, how to schedule your priorities to avoid stackers' fatigue or overstacking, and how to stack with the end in mind. Now, let me get to it. First, stacking is a long game. Let's start right there. When looking at comparing stacking to, say, a sport, stacking is a lot more like soccer than it is basketball. Stacking is a lot of grinding, a lot of buildup, a lot of savings, a lot of patience to achieve a single goal. It isn't quick and it can get boring. But in the end, you'll have achieved something significant for yourself, maybe for your family, that you can measure in terms of value and also in weight. Now, to achieve long-term success stacking precious metals, you need to understand that there is no overnight success and that consistency trumps intensity. That's right, discipline beats motivation. Before you buy a single ounce, review your earnings and spending over the last 3 months. Simply print out your bank statement, calculate how much money you have left each month after meeting all of your obligations, and then determine how much from that leftover balance that you would like to add to your stack. And that's it. You really didn't change anything about your life. You simply determine how much money you have left over each month after meeting all of your financial responsibilities and decided how much of that you want to save in precious metals, keeping obviously some cash in your checking account as a buffer for whatever pops up. Now you have a budget, and let's start with that. So secondly, avoid making overly complicated buying decisions. Both gold and silver hold value. If gold increases in value, chances are silver has as well, and vice versa. If you initially choose incorrectly, don't worry. Stacking is really a learning experience, and your preferences will probably change over time. Just adapt and try again. Now, as a new silver stacker, let's use a $500 monthly budget to keep it simple, and let's aim to stack 100 ounces in 10-ounce silver bars over 1 year. And let's save the balance each month in cash, meaning, whatever you have left over, just go ahead and hold that in cash. Now, stacking with the end in mind establishes a clear goal for you to work toward. If you know that you want 100 ounces this year, that's a great first goal. You are stacking with the end in mind. Now you can break it up into 10 different slices with 10-ounce silver bars, giving you an opportunity to stack what you want and not really impact your quality of life. As a beginner, there's no need to buy multiples of different products. It can become messy this way. It can become really complicated, especially when you want to have different size coin tubes, different capsules, different boxes that fit the different design silver bars. Some of this stuff potentially has much higher premiums and has a very small market, so you may be stuck with it. This can all lead to confusion. So when stacking, especially when first starting out, keep it really simple, okay? Gold is gold, silver is silver. There are some adjustments and differences, obviously, between the two when it comes to premiums and stuff, but just stick to something very basic like 10-ounce silver bars. Obviously, if you want to buy some pretty coins along the way and start a collection, that's cool, but don't include that in your stacking budget. All right, let's catch up. You've established a budget without really having to earn more money or compromising your quality of life. You've also decided what to buy within your monthly budget by keeping it simple, and now it is time to schedule your purchase. And for this example, we're going to go with the first day of each month. That's right, it's always good to have an idea when you're going to buy, right? So you can avoid FOMO. Now, on the first day of each month, purchase a 10-ounce silver bar. Take the rest, the balance that is, and save it as cash. Just go ahead and throw it in an envelope, okay? We want to keep this separate from your normal checking account where you pay your day-to-day bills, okay? This is your savings here. You need to keep it separate. Now you've got several layers of defense. You have your checking account as your first line of defense. some cash that you're going to be saving in an envelope as another layer of defense, and then your silver stack. Now, if something comes along unexpectedly, you have that cash, right, to meet those obligations, hopefully so that you don't have to use a credit card and you don't have to sell the single 10-ounce silver bar or however many 10-ounce silver bars you've managed to stack so far, okay? Now, after the second month, assuming you had no emergencies during that first month, you have 20 ounces of silver and you've likely got about $300 or so in cash. Keep going. Let's do this for 5 straight months and stop. Yes, that's right. When you get to the 6th month, I don't want you to stack. You now have 50 ounces of silver, 5 10-ounce silver bars, and if you haven't had any need to tap into your cash, you should have about $900 saved. Now take this month off, take a long weekend trip, go buy something fun for yourself, get a new pair of shoes, have a nice dinner, do something for yourself, okay? You've stacked 50 ounces, you've got some cash saved in your checking account as well as in an envelope. Look at you, man, you're a stacker. Okay, on the 7th month, I want you to go ahead and start buying again. You're going to buy a 10-ounce silver bar, and I want you to do so again for 5 more straight months. Again, pausing during the 12th month, now in your first year of stacking, to reflect on the 100 ounces of silver that you have responsibly stacked and the possibility of having up to $1,800 in cash in an envelope. All right, now personally, I take breaks in July and December. I'm a family man. I've got young kids. July is usually full of trips, and December, of course, is Christmas. So it's real hard to stack gold, especially during those months when most of my leftover cash is going towards family activities, all right? And I encourage the same for you because I don't want you to burn out. I don't want you to think that, every penny you make that you're not meeting your obligations with has to go into your stack. I feel like you're going to set yourself up for failure that way. The idea is to build the habit of making a small purchase within your budget on a time frame that is consistent without stressing yourself out or feeling like you have to catch up, right? You might come to my channel and see a table full of silver or a table full of gold and think, damn, I gotta get there quick. Well, you don't, okay? Start small, build the habits in good time after you've established the habits of saving and consistently doing so. Look back, you're going to see you've got a nice stack. And after you've got the habit kind of established, that's when you can look to cut unnecessary expenses from your life. Cut cable, stop buying that Starbucks coffee, and also look to pursue additional income opportunities. So you're cutting your expenses, you're increasing your income, and that's when you can really begin to stack more. But trust me, it's the small habits, it's the discipline, more so than the motivation, that will allow your stack to snowball over time and really grow into an impressive stack. Okay, to recap, you need to establish a budget. Pretty simple. Take the last 90 days, take your bank statement, figure out how much cash you have left over after meeting all your obligations. Decide how much from that cash you want to put into your silver stack. Pick something easy like a 10th-ounce gold coin each month, goes for about $250 to $275, or a 10-ounce silver bar, which is going to be a little bit more, $300 to $350, somewhere in that range. Save the balance in cash. Don't be tempted to overstack. You will need that cash at some point, and you don't want to have to sell your gold or silver so quickly after buying it, because that's the quickest way to lose the premium that you paid, assuming spot price hasn't changed much over a short time period. And trust me, there is nothing that puts more of a sour taste in your mouth about stacking silver and gold than paying a high premium and losing that premium because you had to sell in a very short time frame and really just like, wow, I just burned $100, right? So quick. Not a good idea. Would have been better to just keep it as cash. Those are my habits and tips for building a stack without stressing yourself out, to avoid FOMO, to avoid feeling like you have to catch up, and to avoid really disrupting the other important aspects of your life, like your health. Obviously, if you have debt, you need to be handling that. If you want to have a retirement, maybe you need to fund your IRA or your 401k. There are other priorities in life other than just stacking. These are tips to include stacking into your life without having it overwhelm your life. All right, everybody, I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. I appreciate you checking it out. If you liked it and have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And remember, I'm not only a stacker, but also a bullion dealer. And if you're looking to purchase gold or silver and you don't know where to start, don't know who to trust, please send me an email and I'll work to earn your business. Thanks again, everybody. Details in the video description section. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for watching our video. I hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel.